Hello folks, it's me again, Jesus, and I'm here today to talk about that beautiful flower, the Clitoria Glorious. Not to be confused with the Clitoria adhere, which is quite a different flower altogether. I'm going to be talking about the Clitoria Glorious, which grows in symbiosis with that male flower, the Anthurium rhodus. And I'm going to be talking specifically about the subject of the glee spot, the gland inside the flower, which sprays out the nectar. And the reason being, what I'm talking about this today, is that it has come to my attention that certain people deny that this beautiful flower, the Clitoria Glorious, can actually spray out nectar. They've tried to oppress it. They've tried to stop it from being cultivated and to stop it from blooming. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about those people in a while. But first I'm going to talk about the flower itself. That's the main thing. Now, the Clitoria Glorious is a magnificent flower and it's very complex. But if you want it to bloom, it's actually quite simple. You have to be soft and gentle and communicate with it. As I have explained in another one of my videos called The Secret Life of Plants, flowers and plants actually communicate very well with all sorts of beings, including humans. So there's a skill there to be developed to communicate. And so it's very important to communicate with the Clitoria Glorious, the most magnificent flower on the planet. So there's the outside of the Clitoria Glorious, which has up at the top a little, it looks like a little button, which is called the Clitoria Major, which is just actually the very tip of a shaft which extends inside the flower itself. And it's highly sensitive and responds very well to gentle touch and to vibrations like humming. And even it's so sensitive, if you use your tongue to stimulate it very gently, it responds very well. And it gives you the outside nectar. And unlike most plants, which have the nectar down inside the flower, this flower actually has nectar which comes onto the surface of the flower. So it kind of glistens. Absolutely beautiful flower. And that's quite well known by botanists and other scientists. But there's a debate amongst people who don't really understand botany and nature, who say that, okay, we know that the Clitoria Major is there, but they deny that inside the very same flower there is a magical little pouch called the glee spot. And when it is stimulated in the right way, at the right intensity, for the right time, it will actually spray out absolutely divine nectar, highly nourishing, highly beautiful and sweet nectar. So this is how you stimulate it. Now for the Clitoria Major, as I've explained, gentle touch with your fingers, your tongue, with humming, will all encourage this beautiful flower to start blooming. And what it does, you see this little hole down at the bottom of the plant, it's like a little, it's a gateway into a little secret chamber. And you can insert a little finger inside this chamber. And up at the top of this little chamber, there's a little area, which is kind of like the top of your mouth. It's soft, but it's ridged. And if you run your finger along the flower on the inside of this gland, and keep doing so, and keep engaging and communicating with the flower, eventually it'll build up inside and it will spray out the nectar. And I don't mean a few drops, you know, half a teaspoon or a spoonful. The first time I ever stimulated this flower to get the nectar, it was unbelievable. You wouldn't have got the same amount of juice out of a water pistol. To me, it was almost like the flower was actually having a pee. There was that much of this nectar. And you'll find that yourselves, some of these flowers have a fair bit, some of them have lots, some maybe a couple of spoonfuls, some almost could fill a cup full of this beautiful nectar, depending on the flower itself. So that's that side of it covered, more or less. Just, if anybody is in any doubt that this flower sprays out nectar, doubt no more. This flower does spray out nectar, and it's beautiful. It's highly nutritious. It's actually an elixir of life. It will prolong your life. It will cleanse your insides. And the electrical discharge that comes along with this emission will clear a lot of your nerve, your electrical joints within your nervous system. It's beneficial for the flower, and it's beneficial for the person that's enjoying the flower. Now, I'm just going to have a little word about the people that are trying to stop this flower from being cultivated and from blooming. And these people, in general, are negative people, for want of a better word. Very often, they're fools who've just taken what they've been told without questioning and without seeing different perspectives. Some of them are liars, some of them are cowards. But more importantly, most of these people actually love themselves and the ways of man more than they love the ways of God. It's also a reality that some of these people are actually evil, and they hate anything that is beautiful, that is powerful and loving. And some of these people are so deluded, they're so wrapped up in their own idiotic ways. Now, I'm going to tell you this, you might not believe it, but this is true. Some of these people, they believe that if they go round chanting nursery rhymes and bobbing their head like ducks, that they'll actually get to heaven. They actually believe this. Some of them believe if they chant out nursery rhymes and bang their heads off walls, that they'll get to heaven. Some of them believe that if they chant out nursery rhymes and bang their heads off the floor, that they'll get to heaven. I mean, you've got to be concerned for these people. They're seriously mistaken. You know, some of them wear silly clothes and rather ridiculous looking hats and stuff. Now, I'm going to show you one example of one of these people. Look at this guy, right? Now, he's a guy, he's probably over 70 years of age, and he's going around playing with little girls' toys. You know, and he's got millions of people that worship him and think that he is God's spokesman on earth. I'm serious. I'm no joking you. People actually believe that this guy has got something to do with God. So I'm just going to make it kind of simple for you to understand. And in order to understand, it's always good to put things into perspective. And in the Gospels, there's a very good verse which you can use to put things into perspective in anything. And it's the verse in Matthew chapter 7, verse 12. And it is, in everything, do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. Then you will understand the law and the prophets, and you will understand God. So, I'm going to illustrate this point for you so you can understand it. This guy, right, 70 odd years of age, wearing silly clothes and ridiculous looking hats, going around playing with a little girl's toy. Now, I've got a house, right, and some of my friends come to visit me and they've got children. So I keep a box of toys in the corner of my TV room. So that when they come to visit, the kids go over and they play with the toys, and the adults chat with myself, and we have our fun, you know, and the kids have their fun. Everything's happy, you know, things are good. Now, if this guy walked into my house and went over to the toy box and lifted up one of those little girl's dolls and started walking around my living room with a little girl's doll, kissing it and chanting nursery rhymes, I tell you, I'd have some serious concerns for that guy's state of mind. It's always good to put things into perspective, so remember that. Similarly, if somebody came into your house, right, and you're sitting there chatting with your friends, and they come in, and they're down in front of you, and they started slapping their hands off the ground, and chanting to you, and telling you you're the greatest thing since sliced bread, and praising you for all these different things, you'd probably be quite embarrassed with them, and I'd tell them, for goodness sake, get up on your knees, would you, and sit down and have a drink, for goodness sake. God doesn't like ass kissers. God wants us to be fun, to treat each other with respect and have a good time and look after each other. Ass kissing, it doesn't work. Now, if you look back at my videos, or the videos posted during the year of the revelations, I have revealed the truth that is within the Gospels and the Scriptures, which has been hidden and corrupted by the lies planted amongst it, the weeds planted amongst the crops. I have explained how I performed the miracles and why, and I do it using down-to-earth, straightforward science. But still, many people who have seen my videos cannot seem to wake up. They cannot seem to get past this hypnotism that they're under. So, in order to help anybody understand that I truly am Jesus Christ, I urge you to ask yourself a question. In this age, this digital age of computer generated images and optical illusions, if a miraculous Jesus descended out of the skies, performing optical illusions and what looked like miracles, would you believe it? Would you really? I'm telling you, I am he. Everything I do is backed up by science. There's no illusion. It's there, black and white. And you might ignore me, and you might go back to your churches, and you might worship the God that suits your desires. But when you read the Gospels, and you read the miracles, no more shall you be in any doubt that it's just a magic trick. I will be there every time, reminding you exactly how they were performed. So there is no doubt, there is no mystery. It's science and it's factual. And understanding that, I urge you, now is the time to wake up from this daydream, from this living dead, and become truly alive and join the living forever. I urge you, wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Baby, hello, baby, papa, papa, poo 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 poo, mwah, poo 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 poo, papa, hooty pooty, hooty hooty, ding dong, hooty, buddy, ding ding dong, dingy dong, bang, dee. Ooh la baby, baby, ba ooh chee baby, 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 mwah, baby. To baby, look the baby, that way the baby, that way baby. Oh, I capucci, pucci, 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 boo. Pucci. Ding, 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 ding. Hunty, ping, ping, ping. Da, da, book, ba, da, book. Ah, Woody, Woody. Ooh, fudgy, piece of pie, but the piece of papa, but the boom, 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 boom. Whoosh, bong. Stop, stop, stop.